What is up, everybody? Welcome to Perspective Gaming. I'm your host Flame078, logging in from the real world to tell you if it's worth the time. A video series focused on a brief but informative review for those like myself who cannot jump on the biggest titles coming out. You should expect the following: an overview of the game, my thoughts of the game, and my final verdict of either a yes with the conditions, or no. With that being said, today on the chopping block, Destiny 2. Is it worth the time? Let's find out.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm reviewing Destiny 2 even after all that complaining that I've been doing, even though I was extremely livid at Destiny 1. Here I am, just jumping back into this, and right off the bat, I am livid again! So pissed! My biggest fear and concern came true. Destiny 2 is the game Destiny should have been all along, or to be exact, the game I envisioned when this IP was first announced. The sequel improves on everything the original did. Is not a praise when the first game was total shit. But alright, let's calm down, let's focus. Let's take away my bias and everything, and let's take it is for what it is now, and let's talk about Destiny 2 for what it is. Destiny 2, in my roughly 15 hours of gameplay, has been an amazing experience, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So what do you get at a core level vanilla Destiny 2? 1. A narrative actually exists. As most of you know by now, the main enemy is the Red Legion, and they couldn't stop you pretty much out of your home, and you gotta fight to reclaim what you've lost. Basic cookie cutter storytelling, but it was engaging. And I think I've seen more cutscenes and well-developed narrative between the first 3 missions than I ever did in Destiny 1 as a whole. Crucible makes a return, and it's Crucible. This PvE part of Destiny hasn't really changed much, and it feels pretty good as I remember. Team sizes go from 6 to 4, and they added new competitive mode called Countdown, which is essentially Call of Duty's Search and Destroy with limited respawn. But fans of Crucible should rejoice because this pretty much still stays the same, and it's really fun. The planets have improved greatly. You actually get to play in your own open worldish environment. You actually get a map, and this is a big deal. Destiny 1 did not have this, and because of the poor mission structure and narrative, Destiny 1 never made planet exploring enjoyable. While on a planet, you can do story missions, side missions, public events. All of that is marked on the map. You also get this new treat of the Lost Sector reward for finding hidden areas of the map, which for anyone who just loves sticking around and trying to see what you can find will enjoy a lot. The gunplay and weapon system was slightly tweaked from Destiny 1, but overall it still feels very solid. This is one part that Bungie got right the first time. The weapon system changes from primary and secondary in power to kinetic, energy, and power, where kinetic and energy slots have the same weapons, with difference is that the energy slots have energy birds with them. Rockets, grenade launchers, swords, snipers, and shotguns are now considered power weapons. So that's Destiny 2 in the simplest of terms. These are some of the big things you are getting from vanilla Destiny 2 experience. So what do I think? As mentioned many times by this point, I like narrative in my games. I was captivated by what Destiny had to offer, and I was greatly disappointed at the first one. Here though, nothing crazy is being done by the story, but I am in love with it. I feel connected to Cayde, Ikora, and Zavala, which one of my gripes from Destiny 1 was that these are supposed to be big characters, and I felt like they were just useless pieces of pawn in the first game. Now I get why they were top dogs. I genuinely care about a Guardian's journey, more specifically my Guardian's journey. I'm invested, and this is a big deal because this is what makes me sink hours into video games. I personally like the characters from the farm and their backstory and how they really feel about the town and the city. It gives you this really interesting dynamic and explores a little bit how normal people felt about the city and the Guardian. I enjoy Crucible, it's a lot of fun, and when I have my buddies, it's a great time. The modes are fun and exciting, and I don't feel like I get washed super easily. But the changes done here are good, and for PvP folks, I think they'll be happy. For me, this was never really something I logged into Destiny for. Well, correction, this is something I never really wanted to log into Destiny for, but the first one made it so because of its lack of anything else. Because the other points of this game are not horrible, I don't see myself doing Crucible as much until I at least grind out the maps and exploration. The rework they did for the planet interaction is amazing, is what I would have to say if it wasn't compared to total crap. First, wait, sorry, my bad, sorry, I said no bias. But yes, I love the way the planets have been reworked. I love grinding out mobs of enemies and exploring and doing side quests. Just makes me feel like I can log in and do something new every time. and more importantly, if I can't get a group of friends, I can just do this by myself. The public events rework is something I enjoyed a lot. Now that you can see where they are and when they're going to happen, it feels that much more immersive. The first public event I did was way before I did the first mission. I got all giddy just walking and heading over there. It felt kind of cool, knowing that I have no idea where I'm going and I haven't even finished the first mission, so it was kind of fun in that sense. There were even times I was in the middle of a story and one public event started and I was close by, so I just jumped in, did the public event, and then moved on and continued with the story mission. And that seamless switch between and all felt great. Strikes and raids are still there, so don't worry about that. I haven't gotten a chance to play a strike, but if it's anything like the beta, I'm not that worried. And I think strikes and raids were pretty good content to begin with, even from Destiny 1, so I'm not really too concerned. Even with all that being said, the game isn't perfect and there's still some serious issues I have with Destiny 2. For one, the fact that you still don't have dedicated servers for this game is ridiculous. And I completely understand why people are pissed, and it pisses me off to no end that a AAA game does not have the money for dedicated servers. Peer-to-peer systems suck at this point, and no game company should be shipping out games that still do this. It's ridiculous. There's also issues with microtransactions where now Everest includes mods and cosmetic items as well, which is kind of a big deal because this just moves one step closer that they can put really important stuff behind a paywall. There is also a change in the shader system where it makes it a consumable and locked to like one item per thing, which is just stupid in my opinion, because this is a looter type shooter, which means your gear is not going to stay with you for long. So having a shader that's invested specifically to a gear is stupid. But there's also another thing I actually want to talk about, is that the fact that they removed difficulty settings from missions and the campaign. Everything seems to be a fixed level, and I see very big issues with it. For one, by just playing the game doing nothing crazy, you can easily get OP for mission because you're just playing the game, and there's no way to change the difficulty setting on missions. Now for me, I always knew and understood that Destiny wasn't like a hardcore game, so there was definitely an aspect of casualness to the Destiny game. But with the removal of the difficulty setting, I feel like this just makes this monotonous and can potentially turn the game from fun grinding to just a chore because there is literally no challenge to it. But I will link a video to BDobbinsFTW that explores this topic and discusses it in more detail than I do. And this is mostly because for me, though I noticed these changes and I'm kind of concerned, I still am enjoying the gameplay for what it is, and that's the type of gamer that I am. But for those who think that this might be an issue, I recommend checking out that video. In summation, Destiny 2 is the game Destiny should have been all along. It bugs me to no end that this could have all been done in the beginning because nothing here is innovative that they couldn't have done last time. It's just annoying. It's marketing. But if you love open world exploration, an engaging narrative and character progression system that is simple but very enjoyable to grind for, then I don't think you have any qualms here. It has all of this and then some, and I'm happy I gave this franchise another shot. Now, as I always state, this channel is focused on giving you the casual gaming enthusiast perspective. So, this means that you might be on the fence due to money, or due to time, or what have you. But I have to say, my final verdict for Destiny 2 is a solid yes, no strings attached on this one. I think this game has something for everyone. World exploration, MMO style raids and strikes, type PvP, a casual PvE experience that for those that don't mind overpowering and just grinding for it, I think you'll enjoy, and the gunplay still feels very solid and enjoyable to do. I personally think Bungie finally gave us something worth $60, and I'm definitely going to sink a lot more hours into this game, especially now that I have a couple of my friends on board as well. Holy crap, we reached the end of this video. Thank you for listening to this installment of Worth the Time. What are your thoughts? Do you think you'll be jumping on Destiny 2? Did you like this review? Do you agree with my verdict and my comments? Are you returning to Destiny or a newbie? Or maybe you want to leave a suggestion of a game I should check out. Leave the answers and then some in the comment section down below and let's start a conversation. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and check out my other videos, and if you like those, hit that subscribe button. This is Perspective Gaming. I'm Blame078, logging off for now, and until next time, adios!